Hey, it's Coach Jay, and thank you for joining me for my Thrive Live tonight. Today is February 26th, 2022, and I'm excited to have an amazing guest with me tonight. Her name is Sabeen Roshan, and she is from Dubai. Awesome. She is a published author, and her book is called Kun Fayakun, The Divine Decree. She's also a clinical hypnotherapist. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and let's get to it. Hey, this is Coach Jay, and I'm here tonight with Sabeen Roshan, and she is coming to us from Dubai. This is exciting. Oh my goodness. I am so happy to be sitting here with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. She is a clinical hypnotherapist. I am so happy to have you here with me tonight. Thank you so much, Sabeen. And could you please introduce yourself for me, for my audience?
Hi, good evening, Jennifer. Good evening to you from Dubai. I am, like you said, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I published my first book, Kun Fayakun, The Divine Decree, and this was about 2 years back. And in addition to my one-to-one therapy, I also conduct mindset training workshops and corporate wellness programs. This is what I do largely, and this is what my passion is all about. What else would you like to know about me?
So, why did you write this book?
Great question, Jennifer. A few years ago, when I was working and my job was very, very demanding. So, most of the time, I would be pressed for time. And I'm an avid reader, so I love to read books. And I found out that it is extremely difficult for me as a working professional to read up on a lot of things that I was very passionate about. And one of the subjects was the law of attraction. And so, what happened is that I would find the time to kind of read and soak up all the knowledge that was available. Few years down the line, I realized that I need to bring something together in order to help people like myself who want to learn about conscious manifesting and intentional manifestation, but they don't have the time or the energy to go deep into it. So, what I have pretty much done with this book, I've brought together the knowledge that I gained from different masters, different gurus, and I tried to put together a document where I tried to tackle the subject of intentional manifestation through various vantage points. So, the book has really done is it's like an introduction for people who are new to conscious manifesting, who are very new to the law of attraction. And it's also a great reminder for people who are already into this concept of the law of attraction. And as someone who was trying to implement the concept of law of attraction into my own life, the pitfalls that I faced and the struggles that I had as a person, I wanted to address those issues as well so that people like me who are struggling to implement the law of attraction, who are perhaps taking all the steps very, very diligently, but they're not getting the results that they are seeking and desiring. So I could help them with those as well. I could tell them where they are going wrong and perhaps what they need to focus on. Because what I've brought to light through this book is the fact that law of attraction is only part of the manifesting puzzle. There is an entire toolkit of manifesting that we need to focus on. So this was my main idea behind this endeavor.
Great. And so, what is the main content of your book? Is it providing these tools?
Yes, it is providing these tools, and I have touched upon a few key concepts and a few key, let's say, I've tried to highlight the points where I felt that people should focus on. And that's not just the law of attraction. People need to understand the laws of nature, other laws of nature. People need to understand the process of conscious creation and a few other things that they need to avoid. And this is the crux of the book, basically. What I've tried to do is I tried to get a simple book together for people to start off on this journey of conscious manifesting. And if there is something that they resonate with, like we read a lot of different books, we read different authors, but the style and the content of not every author is something that we kind of click with or we resonate with. So if someone resonates with what I have written, what my message is, then they are free to kind of delve deeper into the subject.
Okay, great. So you mentioned the creator many times in your book. So, how important do you feel a relationship with the creator is for your success in life?
Another great question, Jennifer. So, when I say the creator, what I mean is in the larger consciousness system, there are various labels that we can use to describe this energy. And the most frequently used terms are the higher intelligence, the source energy. So, because we come from the same creator, the entire creation, we cannot really disconnect from this energy, even if we wanted to. And the more aware we are of this connection, of this bond, the more active this bond and this connection can become in our life. And then it would help us and it would benefit us to manifest better in life. If you're not consciously aware of this connection, or if for some reason this connection is not important in your life, it doesn't mean that you will stop manifesting. You will still do it because we are creators, we are co creators in the larger consciousness system. But perhaps we would do it with more struggle and we would have to kind of, try harder in the three-dimensional world. However, if you're connected to your creator, if you have that bond in place, you know that there is a higher intelligence that is supporting you at all times. So I feel from my own perspective that that sort of energy gives me a lot of confidence, a lot of faith that I'm not operating alone in this world. There is someone out there who is looking out for me, who is always supporting me in my endeavors. And if for any reason I kind of lose my energy or lose my passion or lose my drive, there is someone out there who can come and pick me up.
Exactly, exactly. It's so important to me and everything that I'm doing to have a relationship myself. So I completely agree with that. Thank you so much for expressing how much that means to you as well. That connection is a big deal. So, do you feel you captured the completeness of the process of conscious creation through the advice given in your book?
See, the process, when you say the completeness of the process, I'd
Mhm.
like to explain that a little bit.
Okay.
Let me start by saying that there is no cookie cutter approach to manifesting. There is no process as such. You must do what you are inclined to do, how you are inclined to do it, in your own way, whatever your sweet spot is. My only effort in writing the book was to bring to light certain things which worked for me perhaps in my life, and I observed that work for other people as well. So let's say with the process that I've outlined, it's not necessary that you follow that process, and you're not allowed to go on a detour from it. There is no such thing as the process. But it's just that if you kind of use those elements in your life, perhaps your manifesting journey will become easier, the way it made my journey easy. So, again, have I captured the completeness? I am very sure that the process is not complete. Whatever works for you, you are free to add to it, you are free to delete from it. And what I have done is I have just tackled the main areas of manifesting, the main layers of manifesting in a very brief way. I have just barely touched upon these things. Now it's up to us to kind of delve deeper, go into each and every point and see where it takes you. So while let's say if there are five things outlined in the book, maybe three out of five will work for you and the other two will not work for you. And that's perfectly all right. I mean, there is no right or wrong here. So I hope I answered your question adequately.
Oh, yes, most definitely, because that's how it feels to me. I love how you explain it in your book, but I love the idea that we all have our own way of finding this way of manifesting in our life. Because I know the way I have been able to manifest is a lot different than everybody else's way. So I figure that it's awesome to see that we all have our connections and we all have our ways of manifesting, that it's going to be different, and that's okay. And that's nice to
Absolutely.
have that shared with our audience, because there are a lot of information's out there that says, hey, my way is the only way that you can create the life that you're looking for. And that's just not true. There's so many
Absolutely.
ways, and the main way that's going to work is what you find a connection with inside of you. So that's great that that you're able to share that. Thank you so much. I saw you did a post recently on LinkedIn, and I saw that you're just starting to write another book. I'm really excited to know more about it. Can you share some more about this new book right now?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to share with you and with your audience. The first book was more about an introduction, like the fundamentals of, let's say, conscious manifesting. Like I said, I barely touched upon the key areas. I highlighted some main concepts that I was perhaps concerned about and I struggled with when I started off in my journey as an intentional manifester. But the second book, I'm focusing more on practical tools like exercises and techniques. And I go much deeper into each and every technique, how everything is connected. I go into the layers of conscious creation and I go in much, much deeper, this time with practical tips and tools. It's not just theory.
Okay, so do you have an expected date or time frame that this book might be coming out to the public?
Um, as much as I would love to give you that date, perhaps let's say if I continue, I mean the momentum is not broken and I find the time to actually sit down and fine tune it,
Mhm.
let's say in the next 3 to 4 months, hopefully.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. So sometime this year, that's what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, 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 for
Okay,
sure.
great. Great.
Right.
That's all I want to hear. I want to hear that in
Absolutely.
2022 I'm going to get another book by you.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. You can absolutely count on that.
Awesome. Awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Yes, I think it's a great opportunity that we have today. And I would like to tell your audience that I'm not sure where all of these people are in their own individual manifesting journeys, but I see the most common mistake that people make. If I can just sum it up in one line, I would say that move your body and keep your mind still. Because what I see is that most people are doing just the opposite. They keep their bodies still and their minds are like racing all the time.
Mhm.
And that is where we go wrong completely. And we do not understand the energy that is operating at so many different levels because we are not just human beings, we are not just made of flesh and blood. We just don't operate out of five senses. There is a lot more to us than we realize. So, to actually unlock your potential and to realize your own magnificence, you have to become comfortable with the idea that we have many subtle bodies that are operating beyond the physical body. And if you can kind of tune into those energy bodies, that is where our true power lies. So, if you can tap into those levels or layers of yourself, then you're on to something great. And then that will actually help you to manifest better in life. So, move your body and keep your mind as still as possible. Although I know it's not very easy many times, but still, try.
Exactly. That is one of the things that I teach in my program is about mindfulness walking. I mean, you might be explaining it in a different way, but that is one of the reasons why I teach mindfulness walking is because during my mindfulness walks that I take pretty much every day, I
Mhm.
walk slowly and just allow, everything to come in and to connect with all that is because it's so important, and we don't take that time when we're doing our regular activities. We're always like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I really need to make this work. So you're not taking time to actually connect with the universe and to connect with your creator and to connect with yourself. It's so important to have that time to just still the mind and move the body
Absolutely.
while you're stilling the mind. Great advice. Thank you so much, Sabeen. I really appreciate that. That's wonderful. It's been great talking to you. I'm excited about your new book. And I'm excited for everybody else to read this book, which is amazing. Kun Fayakun. I struggle to say it. I'm sorry, but
It's
I love the
perfectly all
title.
right.
All right. It's a
You said it right.
wonderful book. Thank you. Thank you. But I look forward to sharing more with my audience, with you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We will be getting together again soon. Everybody, just know that we are coming together at another date coming up. I haven't talked to her about it. She's just hearing about this now. But I'm planning on doing a group session on my podcast at a future date where I get together with a few of my amazing guests so that we can share our insights on different things going on in the world. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye. And I just wanted to announce that my Pathway to Thrive challenge starts again on March 9th. And I can't wait for you to join me. If you're interested in joining me for my Pathway to Thrive challenge this March, definitely comment below. I look forward to hearing from you. My wait list is open. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining me tonight and sharing with me my interview with Sabeen Roshan. It was awesome talking to her, and I can't wait for my group sessions with my Thrive Live. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next week.